Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. For the second time in a week, I don't think we've had two Motley Crews in 1 week for a while, which is lovely. But this week is episode 53, and I am joined by somebody that I have known for quite a while, and it's honestly a little ridiculous that we are just now doing a Motley Crew chat. Okay. But the beautiful Taylor from Made Between the Pages is joining us this evening, and we're gonna chat about all sorts of stuff. Who knows? Tangents galore. It's gonna be great. But Taylor, thank you for joining me.
Oh, I am just honored and delighted to be here. As you said, it's kind of crazy it took this long. We've been in the same circles for so long, and we have talked, privately or tangentially. It's just we've never done like a one-on-one like this.
Right.
So I'm just honored to be here. I know you are on page chewing, but
yes,
so I'm happy to have you to myself.
We have, right? just a girls chat. Yeah, because we've done at least 2 or 3 live streams in the past couple of years together. I think page chewing and I feel like there was another one, but I might be misremembering that.
You're right. It could have been like a book discussion. Maybe we were on someone else's channel.
Yeah.
Neither of us were hosting, but we were both there. I do think that occurred.
Yeah. It's been booked after a while, everything just sort of blends together. Yeah. And I know you mentioned it backstage, so I'll just start there. Because I think that a lot of the people that come and watch Motley Crew, love sitting down and having, being able to watch these kind of conversational chats. And so highly recommend for anybody who isn't aware, Taylor is one half of the hosting party over at Page Chewing, which is it just on your channel or is it kind of spread between multiple channels?
It's spread between PL and I's channel. One of us will be the main host channel for each chat, but we're on the same streaming service.
Sure.
So most of it you could see on either either channel. But yeah, it's a group thing.
Yeah.
Between PL and I.
But yeah.
So his is the Drowned Kingdom Saga.
Yes. He's PL's such a great, I'm preaching to the choir here, but Priel's a great guy. I've loved getting a chance to chat with him whenever I'm on a live stream. He's awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, Taylor and PL's Page Chewing podcast is fantastic. They do a fantastic job of interviewing authors and chatting with people in the book community. And they always have very insightful questions and just are very wonderful, low-key conversational people to chat with. And I've loved watching you guys' episodes. You're very good hosts. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. As coming from a fellow host, it always means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I really like about the live format as well is I feel like there is something different. There's something more natural about having a live. I feel.
Yeah.
Not just for us, but for a guest. If you can put a guest at ease, then it becomes more natural than pre-recorded, I think.
Yeah.
So while it does open up the door for mishaps,
of course, no editing.
Yes. I think the positives really outweigh any of that. So
definitely.
It's probably my favorite format.
Yeah, I really love it too. And it's a fun way to be able to include our audiences in a way that we don't get to as much when we're just doing, straight recorded videos and,
right.
But that's one of the fun part. I love doing lives like this with other hosts because I'm not worried about the conversation at all. Like I barely even need topic bullet points. We'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It's just different. But the amount of prep I have to do when we're having an author or someone who's usually behind the scenes in the book world versus someone who's used to a camera, whole different ballgame.
And it's I'm so glad, and I don't know if you and PL have had this with Page Chewing too. There's been a few interviews or discussions that I've done where it was the guest's first time doing YouTube interviews at all. And that can be it is nerve-wracking to get in front of a live audience. And so for me, it's like, I'm happy to do that extra prep to hopefully make them feel more at ease. But it is also fun to, like you said, just be able to just show up and start talking.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a difference, but there's a beauty to both.
Yeah.
It's just a different way to show up.
It
you
is.
know? So
yeah.
I agree with you though.
Yeah.
If it's another host, it's like we're fine.
We're fine. Script who?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're hosting live streams, what are, in your opinion as a host, what are some of the ways that, like, what is some of the best ways to put people at ease as a guest, and what makes a good interview question?
Well, I think, especially if it's someone where we're talking more about their work, to kind of not go back on what we were just talking about, but talk about a different aspect of it, is doing the research.
Yeah.
So even if you trust that the conversation will flow easily, knowing what they've done in the past, what matters to them, any changes that have happened in their content recently is really helpful.
Yeah.
For those kinds of things. And I think that a good interview question also comes from having watched previous interviews.
Yeah.
And so, if the same information's already been put out over and over and over again, you can not avoid that altogether. Maybe it's a really interesting topic,
right?
But think of something that bounces off of the answer that's already out there,
right?
Rather than providing the answer that's already there. So I think good questions show that you're interested, because that kind of flows into the second part of your question, where how do you bring someone out? Maybe it's their first time. If they feel like they're just on your channel because you want to add someone else to your interview list, it's not going to be comfortable.
Right.
But if you make it clear to them, hey, I'm here because I'm interested in you.
Right.
Like, this is a genuine connection. Most people will open up, in person too.
Yeah.
Like if someone's interested, I don't play D&D, but if someone's interested and I ask them about it, you can see them light up.
Yes.
And that's our job, is to light that person up.
I love that moment so much when you just see them start to get excited. It's the best feeling as a host. I love it.
Yes. And you're like, oh, so we're going to go follow this for a while.
Yep. Let's just ride that high for a while. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
So it sounds like we have similar thoughts then on what makes a good question.
For sure. And that's, for me personally, that's one of the reasons why I do get a lot of requests for interviews from a lot of different people, for authors, especially indie authors that are looking for exposure and all that kind of stuff. I have a personal rule for my channel that I only interview people that I have actually read their work, because for me, I am such a, like, especially with the author side of things, for me, it allows me to tap into a whole different perspective of, and I mean, for PL too, like, you can then kind of hit both sides of the reader experience, the author experience, and you can really dig into both of those aspects a little bit more deeply. And it allows me to come up with questions that are very specific to their work.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's one of mine, and I always feel bad turning people down when they ask if I haven't read their work, but I'm like, I promise you it would be a better interview. Like, otherwise I just wouldn't know what to ask. And honestly, like, my audience isn't going to respond to that as well and either. So, cause they, I mean, you guys can chime in since you're watching, but like, people seem to respond a lot more to those really, like, personable, kind of in-depth sort of conversations. So
100%.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I know for this, you're a one-man show in the sense that you're the host, the only host. So it's interesting hearing from your perspective, because PL and I are a duo.
Right.
One of us has to have read it.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So one of us may just be the biggest fan of this author. We have a chance to talk to them, or creator, bookish creator. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to talk to this person. And the other person's like, I love that you love that, and I will be there. Like, I'll do my research. But we can't always promise to read a whole fantasy series. If if it's like 10 books, but the other person loves it. So of course we're going to go through it. So it's really interesting, depending on which one I am in this scenario.
Totally different experience.
So when I haven't read something, there are so many times when I've then been convinced to read it. And then I do.
Absolutely.
So it's a win-win all around. I guess win-win would be 50-50, but you get what I mean. It's a win for everyone.
I got you.
So it's one of us definitely has to have read it, though.
Right.
So I hear everything that you're saying, because it allows for that deeper level that we all want to reach, really.
Well, and I think it offers the opportunity for exactly what you're talking about before, where there's a genuine desire of like connection and being able to talk to the person on a level that isn't just kind of a transactional passing ships kind of, because that's, you know, one of my big things is, and I'm weird in the book space, especially in the author space, because I'm an extrovert. And so I like meeting new people. And I love meeting new people. I love having conversations and learning about who people are, and like, you know, and I would rather do it in person, but I'll take it, you know, whatever works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, and it makes total sense where you have, you know, a duo hosting situation that gives you a lot more flexibility, and probably gives you a much wider net of like who you can talk to, because there's people that you've read that PL hasn't, and vice versa, that, you know, you have a pretty big pool of people you can meet.
Oh, for sure. You know, authors, absolutely. But even bookish content creators, I've met so many people through people PL knew, right? And vice versa. Because, you know, everyone has finite time, right? So I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you have a different experience, but for me, I feel like you reach a like maximum limit of people you can watch everything they do.
Yes.
And it's hard because there's new interesting stuff coming out all the time. And I am still following new channels.
Yeah.
And I'll watch a couple videos here and there, but actually like every single release, it's hard once you reach a certain number of people.
Yeah.
So I think being able to interview, especially people I don't know, has really helped with that too.
Yeah.
It's like when you think you know the different pockets of Booktube, you just don't. Because you'll talk to someone and they're in a whole other pocket. You know, like, oh, I didn't know this whole group existed.
Yeah. And it's so funny when every time I talk to somebody that's a booktuber, they're like, oh, have you talked to so-and-so yet? And I'm like, who? And it's based on when I look into them and I start watching their channel, I'm like, how did I not know about this person?
Right. The interests align.
How were we not linked so far? Yeah. So, yeah. And I totally agree. There is a threshold. And I feel like when you first get into BookTube, it's the oh shiny syndrome, like, because everything's so exciting and you're meeting all these people and there's so many cool books and authors and booktubers and everything. And then I think you kind of hit a point where you start to realize that you're like really maxed out on how many people you can just physically talk to on a regular basis.
Right.
So yeah, it's, it's a good thing because it shows that you've built a lot of really positive relationships. And also it's tough because, you know, I'm not as, this is going to maybe sound a little bit Grinch-like, but I'm not as like, everybody come on in as I used to be. I'm like, I'm trying, guys. Like, I'm doing my best.
Yes. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I love you all.
I think you just realize how many tendrils you've put out and you're like, well, I can't manage all of these.
Right.
I just, you know, I think something that also might be contributing to that is when Twitter became a cesspool, just algorithmically, and book Twitter fell apart. We never really all found a third space again.
Right.
And so now you have some people who like Threads or Blue Sky or Discord. Everyone has a different third space now, or Instagram. And so then managing that, because you're like, okay, these friends that used to be in one place are now in these 4.
Often sending you messages in like 3 platforms at once. Yes.
And we're all doing it to each other. I'm not innocent. You know,
100%. I'm 100% one of those people. I'm so for you, YouTube, what are your 3 spaces? What are your like main hangout spots?
Obviously YouTube, but I would say it's interesting because you said the word hangout. I do hang out on YouTube like this, and I hang out in my comments, but I wouldn't say I like, it's not like my day-to-day let me go
in the same way. Right.
Yeah. I would say like where I hang out, I have a Patreon, so Discord for sure. I prioritize that community is very small but very precious to me.
Love that. Yep.
So Discord, Instagram, but not always as active. Like that's where like I like pictures.
Yep.
Maybe I don't chat
Yep.
as much. And then recently, it wasn't originally Blue Sky, but for some reason, Threads has been where I've been recently.
Sure.
Maybe because my algorithm is a really good mix of books and funny.
Yeah.
So it usually is a pick me up. So I tend to.
So you've reached a peak,
I don't,
is what you're saying.
yes. 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 On that particular algorithm.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe those three. What about you? Where are you living right now? In general?
Yeah. I mean, YouTube, obviously, in the same kind of sense that you do. And I do still respond to every comment as I can. We're getting to a point where that's becoming a job, but it's something that I prioritize because I really value the audience that I've built here. And I mean, a lot of these people have been with me for years, and even the people that come in and are new to the channel, they're super engaged and super passionate about the discussions, and I value the fact that somebody is choosing to watch my video and engage with it and leave a comment means a lot to me, because I know, like you said, our time is finite, and there's so many different places that we can spend our time and attention. And so I really feel honored that they're engaging with my content. So I want to do as much as I can, even if it's something small. Like I try really hard to engage and ask questions and respond to everybody, leave a heart on everybody that I can. I honestly, surprisingly, don't have to delete as many comments as I would have expected at this point, which is nice. They're still there. But so that's the big one. My Discord with my my patrons and my private Discord is a place where I'm all the time. Same thing, where it's a smallish Discord, but it's just greatest group of people, and we have such a good time, and everybody's it's a little family at this point. And I'm getting into Instagram a little bit. I'm such an Instagram noob. I don't know how to make short content. I don't know how to do it. I'm working on it.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It is. And I've been telling myself, oh, I'll cut my long videos into shorts. I never go back in after editing and cut them into shorts.
No.
So I'm like, all right, if I'm going to do shorts, they have to be filmed separately, because I'm not going to do that cut.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I'm with you, because I get halfway through my point and then I'm out of time, and I'm like, well.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm so impressed by Instagram book creators who are like really good at it, because I can sit in front of a camera and talk for 45 minutes and make a video out it, no problem. But ask me to make a 30-second short and I start panicking. I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Like, I gotta grab attention in 5 seconds. And I have 25 seconds to make the point. Wait a minute. Yes. Same.
Yeah.
Same. So if you start seeing shorts, take pity on me and be like, good job.
I will like them and be like, you're doing amazing.
You're doing great, sweetie. Yes.
You're doing great, sweetie. Yeah. That is I think a secret, not so secret of book creatorhood, is that we need a lot of encouragement, guys. We need to be told we're doing a good job.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of imposter syndrome in the community.
Totally. Yeah. What do you feel like you get imposter syndrome about as a creator?
That is a really good question, which I know is also great to hear as a host, and I mean it. Let me see. I think probably more than anything else, it would be my discussion videos. So I've only done a couple, but they, when it comes to book reviews and my opinions on an individual book or a series, I'm very comfortable discussing how I feel and then making room for others. But when it's a discussion video, I feel like, did I make my point? Or am I watching this and I already agree with myself, so I feel like I made my point? Like, did I actually make it? So, and they're one of my favorite videos to make because they challenge me. Usually
Yeah.
with my discussion videos, I'll do like insert a little skit or something. So it's challenging for me filming wise. I get to try new stuff, and they take me a lot longer.
Yeah.
But like I did one a couple months ago at this point now, saying you're ruining reading for yourself. Bit of
Yes.
a inflammatory title on purpose, but
I may or may not have watched that video.
oh, okay. Well, I'd love to hear.
It's on my topics list and everything.
Look at that. Well, then we can get specific then. That video gave me some imposter syndrome because when I finally uploaded it, and my patrons get it first, I actually said to them, like, tell me if I actually made my point. Because I don't, did I?
Yeah. Is this actually good?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It feels good to me, but
yeah. Well, I think there's a big difference between I read this series, here's what I think of it, and then people can either agree or disagree, versus an opinion video where I feel like, at least from my experience, the likelihood that everything you say is going to get picked apart is way higher. Way higher.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit more scary. Because instead of people being just like, no, actually, I love Sun Eater. What's wrong with you? Or like, I disagree because X. Now you have like, so that phrase you just said, actually, like, and it's, and you're just like, but that's not what I meant, and I tried.
Yes. I thought I used my words correctly. You're right, I didn't. But don't ignore the rest of the video.
Can you just, you know what I meant?
Yes. Yeah, I think you put your finger on one of the points maybe that I had never thought all the way through to the end, as to why it scared me. But yeah, it does open you up for criticism more, and you are criticizing in the video most of the time, so you can't really expect not to get that.
Well, and I think it's more vulnerable in a way too, because you're sharing, like, maybe depending on what it is, a little bit of your moral compass. You're sharing, like, some deeper things about you personally, as opposed to the focus being on the books themselves.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think instead of I think personally, internally this way, rather than third thing that we're talking about. Yeah. Am I still there? I skipped.
Exactly.
Maybe. Am I still here?
Yeah, I heard all of that.
Okay.
Your thing went fuzzy for a minute. But so chat, let me know if I'm fuzzy pixelated, or if Taylor is, or if everything is good on you guys' end, because it's hard for me to tell backstage here if like one of us is going in and out. So let me know. But I want to really quickly say hi to some people because they've been waiting very patiently.
Sure.
Hi, Kale. Welcome. Good morning on the other side of the world. Zeely, hello. Casey's in the chat. Hello. McScarfield, I don't know if, I know I'm not the only booktuber, but Mac leaves so many comments about, like, he's the comments about what he's reading, and there's a list, and they're all like the explanation of what he likes about it or what it's about, and it's this very detailed. I love getting Mac comments because I'm always like, ooh, recommendations.
There's a lot to discuss here and respond to. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Hey, Britton. Brian needed a printout of PL to sit next to the laptop since he's not here. Hi, Brian.
I agree. It's not right without him.
There's a PL shaped space that just feels a little bit empty right now. Yeah. Good morning, Derry. Everybody's over on the other side of the universe. Has that been hard to like readjust to, like with times? And I'm trying to remember how long you've been back in the States now.
Girl, I mean, it's been a little over a year, between a year and a half, words I speak them at this point. But yes, it took me, I would say, at least a solid 6 months before I stopped doing the immediate switch, because living in Japan, I had to always do the time zone switch in my head, because even if someone is not, you know, in the States or where a lot of people are, they're certainly not in Japan. So it was never the same time zone. So it did take me a long time to kind of adjust from doing that. It is nice to be able to talk to people at the generally same time. It's always either morning for me or night for them, or night for them, morning for me. So that has been really nice.
Yeah. Like you're an hour ahead of me right now. It's great. And that's it.
I know. And it's kind of, you know, we have the same kind of ish amount of light outside. We can talk about how was your day. We both had a day, you know?
Yep, we've had a day. You're not in the future anymore.
Yes. There were some times where I'm like, how's your day? They're like, I don't know, it hasn't started yet. I'm like, you're right, it hasn't. That's right.
I see what you did there.
Exactly.
Mac says, funny, this month I got books from two of your favorites, Haunt for Jackals by J.L. Odom and Drowned Kingdom by P.L. I mean, some good reads coming up.
Enjoy.
Have fun with those. People will always respond to genuine interest. Yep.
Yes.
Kale, every time I've been doing, I do wear the bandana, I would say as much or more than the beanie now. And people still ask me where the beanie went. I still have a basket of them, guys. It's summer. It's hot. I don't want to wear a beanie right now. It's like 90 degrees here.
But that's what, you know, to show the strength of starting a brand, you know, you're associated with the beanie. It has stuck.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's funny because the only reason that I do not have beanie merch for my channel yet, which is in the pipeline, is because I have not found a like stock beanie that I am satisfied with.
Ooh.
If I'm going to do beanies for the Beanie Queen channel, they have to be really good quality beanies. And I haven't quite found the right one yet. So
I love that for you though, because the people who want that merch will be there when it gets there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. I have a prototype that I made from like, you know, one of the custom sites online. But I don't know. Beanies are not created equal.
Can I ask for, if you have to pick like one of the main things that if this is not there, you're like, this beanie is not going on my head. It's just not. Yeah. Like what is that?
Itchy fabric.
That makes complete sense.
If it is not I will pay $30 for a beanie because I know that the fabric is going to be softer and it's not going to make my head itch.
Right.
And or the other big one is they're not big enough. So they'll just, they'll say one size fits all, but I'm like, okay, but anybody who has a head that's like mildly larger than like a small size head is not going to be able to wear this.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just by nature of beanies, you can't change the size after. So it can't be one size fits all, but but the itchy fabric makes complete sense to me.
Yes. Yeah. Itchy fabric is an absolute no. And that's one of the reasons, because a lot of the stock beanies for custom like embroidery work are just, I feel like they could be better quality and I'm not happy with them. So I will only reveal a merch line when I have quality beanies on hand.
Heard it here first. When they drop, they're going to drop and be top.
They're going to be beautiful. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Mac has been invited to join PL in September with, wow, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
everybody's
had Tad on. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what he's referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. I haven't read any Tad Williams yet, and I feel like I'm missing out with everybody's discussions with him.
You know how I said one of us had to have read it?
That's PL's.
But I was like, I can't believe I have the privilege of talking to this type of person, this caliber person, and I need to get my act together. I still do.
I need to read a book.
But Mac, don't let that determine how you feel, because let me tell you, PL treats everyone with the same value.
100%. Yeah. He is probably one of the easiest people you could possibly be on a live stream with for your first live stream. He's going to be great. This is also very true, Derry. If nothing else, reading someone's work will give you an idea what themes and subjects matter to the author. Absolutely.
100%.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yes. As an author yourself, I'm sure you know all about the line of, unintentional versus intentional, right? You reread something back and you're like, oh, I didn't know that part of my subconscious got in there.
Yep. Or when a reader comes to me and is like, oh my gosh, I love how you explored X theme in this character or whatever. And I'm just like, totally meant to do that. Yep.
Yep. That was purposeful.
Yeah. That was 100% purposeful. Well, it's such a beautiful part of the relationship between author, story, and reader, right? Where like I'm telling the story that means something to me, and then when it goes out into the world, the readers are bringing in what matters to them, and it becomes something else entirely. And there's something really special about that. It's scary, but it's special.
100%. We all say reading is subjective, right? That's something that we all agree upon, but that subjectivity is part of the relationship. Like we couldn't all read the same things and have interesting discussions without that part.
Right.
So.
Yep. Totally agree. Ooh, chat's going off over here. Hold on. This is true. I don't know if you guys are like this in your Discord, Taylor, but, yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff in the Discord. Yep, everybody's very nerdy and always doing something.
Yes. And, you add some side channels for stuff that get a lot of talk. Like in my Discord, there's a lot of tattoo talk.
Love that.
So we have like, a little sub channel for that. But yeah, the general chat's just always
all over
going off. But one thing that I really like is I made a particular place for like people's weekly wins.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's probably one of my favorite things about the community is because people go there just to share random joy that happened in their life. It doesn't have to fit into any discussion that's happening. They can just plop it in there and we all can be like, yes, love it.
That's such a good idea. I love that.
Yeah.
We do a lot of sharing of stuff in the general chat. Like we had one of my Discord members who I met through a readathon. I was her captain for a readathon. Just graduated college, so we had a big, like, everybody was congratulating her. She went through her finals and did her last tests, and everybody was so excited about it. And we definitely love hearing. And that's the thing that I think is so cool about the community we're in, is the opportunity we've had to make really great relationships, books as the kind of cornerstone, but not the only thing that, is driving it.
Well, I feel like it kind of establishes this baseline we can all come back to. So if someone new joins, we all have this baseline, and then you could just shoot off, from there.
We have a K-drama channel. We have a I'm a big K-drama nerd. And we have a D&D channel because I just started DMing this last year. And so there's, a bunch of little side channels. We have a pets channel that is very popular where people post their pictures of their pets and, videos. And
you gotta have the pets.
Gotta have the
without
pets
a doubt.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the only thing that book people love more than their books is their pets. So that's like, they go hand in hand.
100%.
Yep. Just trying to get to the bottom of the chat really quick before I go off on another tangent.
No worries.
You know what, Dawn? I love that for you. I love that you're Team Hadrian. Have you read any of Sun Eater yet?
No.
Okay, so you don't have any opinions on it yet?
I don't. No, you can lock me into a bombastic opinion later.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so they can still hear
good.
Taylor legs now and then, but can hear perfect. As long as the audio's still good, we're golden. Do you know, Derry? I do sometimes want to say this. It is true. When people leave comments, you're just like, well, then you should make a video.
Yes. Yes. My most vitriolic video so far has been, or the comments being intense, has been, did a review of The Boy and the Heron with the classic it's supposed to be based on. So, yeah, from Ghibli. I don't know if you know the newest Ghibli movie. Yeah. So, so for context, in Japan, Ghibli can do whatever it wants, and it's gonna sell. It doesn't matter.
Makes sense.
So they released one poster, and the title of the movie in Japanese is Kimitachi wa do ikiru ka? How do you live? It's the exact same as the book.
Yes.
So the books went on sale, went crazy. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be an adaptation a la, Howl's Moving Castle. Different, but connected. Right. Girl, ain't nothing the same. Not even close.
They were like, loosely based on.
Not even close. Made one cameo in the movie. And so myself and many other Japanese people went to the premiere over there, and we were like, the hell is this? So in my review, I admitted that, I'm biased here because I was expecting the book. Right. Also, I admit the movie's beautiful. I made those disclaimers, but then I was like, but it's not, I don't like it. And so that last bit, ooh, don't ever say you don't like a Ghibli film online. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments on that one.
Yeah, sometimes there are certain fandoms that like you just don't want to poke the bear.
Yep. Oh, I didn't just poke, I prodded quite.
We had some little bit of like a cattle prod on the bear.
Cattle prod's a good one. So that was interesting because it was still talking about a book, but I brought in another form of media, and so I reached a different audience, I think, that way.
Yes, that's the thing that's interesting to me about the algorithm. And whenever I have a video that like gets bigger, I can usually count days when it leaves my audience and goes out into the ethernet with everyone else, because the comments start changing immediately within about 2 to 3 days. If it's gonna get, quote unquote viral or bigger or whatever, it gets to that like 2 to 3 days in, and then all of a sudden the comments start changing in tone very quickly. So with that, I have to ask then, what is your favorite Ghibli movie? And are there any other ones that you're not as big of a fan of?
Well, favorite is Mononoke.
Such a good one.
Sure. Yeah. And just interestingly enough, Totoro used to be a movie you didn't get. Like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I liked the characters, but I was like, eh. But now, it was the first movie Sumire ever fell in love with. It was the first movie she walked all the way through. Just completely stuck on it. This was before she was 2. She just couldn't. She was so into it. And she's loved Totoro ever since. And so after watching it with her, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Now I get it. So Totoro has climbed very rapidly to be like top 3 because of seeing it through her eyes and seeing what the movie is really supposed to do. Even the little things after having a child, like when Maid puts her shoes on and the way she taps the floor, or the way that they get like scuffed knees. There's just so much detail about the movement and beauty in that. So Totoro climbed pretty rapidly. But if you had asked me that before Sumire, Totoro would have been my very controversial, not a big fan pick. But I think outside of that, there is no Ghibli movie that I would be like, oh, I'm not in the mood to watch this. Like if it was on, I'd watch it. But the only movie I guess I refuse to watch again, not because it's bad, but because I love myself, and that is Grave of the Fireflies. I never again.
Yep. That one is an emotional gut punch on a whole different level.
So not quality wise, but just I can't.
That's fair. I totally get that.
But
I think I have
you. Oh, go ahead.
I love Totoro,
Mhm.
especially since we were introduced to it. I have a very good close friend who is a massive nerd about 2D animation and
Mm.
hand-drawn animation.
Mm.
And so in college, he had introduced us to Studio Ghibli.
Mm.
And Nausicaa, Mononoke, those were some of the ones that we saw first. And then introducing it to my kids later, like they loved Totoro. I'm a big fan of Totoro because it's just, especially like you said, as a parent, it definitely changes the way you watch the movie for sure.
Yes.
Howl's is up there for me. I really love. I know that's a super basic answer, but I do love that one. I love Mononoke. I'd say in terms of this is my Ghibli hot take, and this would get me canceled off the internet.
I'm seated.
I don't like Spirited Away. No, that's too strong a word. I don't like Spirited Away.
I consider me shooketh.
I know. Everybody's like, what? I don't like it. I just don't. I've seen it like 3 times, and every time I'm like, I'm missing something. I'm gonna like it this time. Nope.
Well, I mean, I respect that greatly that you can. No, that's probably top 3, 4 for me. So it's really interesting. Yeah. Have you been able to pinpoint just like if it's just the vibe or if there's something where you're like a particular thing?
Yeah, the vibe. I'm not drawn in by it. I'm not like I'm not emotionally connected to it in any way. Also, there's a level of absurdity that I start immediately pulling away from mentally, I think, in storytelling. And there's some of that in Spirited Away where I'm just like, which like, you know, why that and some other things I'm totally fine with. I don't know.
Okay, I promise chat we'll get off Ghibli soon, but I have one follow-up question on that. No. Because of absurdity, if there's a level of absurdity that sometimes is too much, depending on maybe what type of absurdity, that's how I felt about The Boy and the Heron. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, so, I haven't seen that one yet. Okay.
Oh.
I haven't seen that one yet. So that one could be Spirited Away. I don't know.
Absurd.
I have heard that. I have not seen that one yet. Okay. I've seen a lot of the like older Ghibli classics. Like I've seen the cat. Oh my gosh, my brain just blanked. The cat
Returns, I think.
That one.
The top hat wearing cat.
Yeah. Yep. Cat Returns. I've seen Castle in the Sky. I've seen Porco Rosso. I've seen like a lot of the, you know, more classic Ghibli films, Nausicaa, Mononoke. But the newer ones, I think Ponyo is the newest one I've seen, maybe.
Yeah.
Which I actually thought was really cute. I liked a lot of aspects of Ponyo.
Ponyo is very cute. I would argue though with newer ones, there is the magic is there, but the magic is a different feel. Like I like Ariete, you know, the one that was based on The Borrowers. The magic is there, but there's just some
different flavor
to them, you know.
Yeah. You never have to apologize for talking about Studio Ghibli.
I could do it forever. This is my newest tattoo.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I want to get one of the soot gremlins really bad.
You have to. This is actually awesome. From Adrian. He did this in Glasgow.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing a picture of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you could get one from him at one point. We could all get soot sprites by him.
We could get soot sprites on our, that would be cute. Yeah, everybody always says, oh, you'll never only be able to get one tattoo. And I'm like, well, if you're broke, you can.
Well,
there is that. So, but yeah, we were talking on Instagram prior to jumping on for the chat's context about I'm hoping to get a tattoo honoring my 4 grandparents this fall if I can. That'll be my second one. And I'm so ready. It's been like, I think 7 years since I got my first tattoo, and I've been like, so.
Well, the itch, if you've had the itch for 7 years, you're a stronger woman than I, because I would be like putting money aside for it constantly.
Yeah, 3 kids, every time I think about it, I'm like, I have the money, but can I realistically prioritize over all the other things that I need to spend the money on? No, not really.
Yeah. So, that's a hard one.
Especially when it's like, I also need to publish books.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
You know.
And it's hard too, because good work is not cheap, and cheap work often
It's true.
is not good
Yes.
unless there's a sale going on. So it's just
Yes.
worth saving for. But what sucks is it's going to be, it's a process.
Right.
So I've known I wanted a big back piece. I've known what I want it to be for years and years and years. And everyone's like, when are you going to get it? I'm like, when I have like $15,000,
Yeah, right.
Which is not going to be anytime soon.
Right. Yeah.
It's not going to be but it's good.
I'm hoping that's one of the reasons too why I don't have my second one yet, is because I didn't want to just get one that was cheaper just to get one. I'm like, this is going to be on my body forever. I'm not cheaping. That's not something that you should skimp on, for sure.
A woman of quality, tattoos, beanies, you name it.
That's right. Do it right. Books, do it right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, rubbish materials on beanies, absolutely not. Let's see. Hey, you know what? I'm sure Taylor would agree with this, but feel free to add your own thoughts. Like, whether it's my channel or the Discord, I'm just happy when people pop in whenever they have time. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my gosh, that person hasn't been here for like a month.
Yes. I think we recently had someone join, and one of the things I said to them was, this is by design chill. Like, people pop in when they have time,
Yes.
And because that's the energy, they've been so gracious with me in returning that energy, because this year and a half, this world move has been insane. And every time I think, I'm sure you can relate to this, but I'm like, oh, here's my filming schedule. I'm going to get this out to you. And then Sumire gets sick or life happens or whatever. And then I'm like, well, the day I had to film, I didn't film. So I'm sorry, everyone. Yep. Or like, I can't keep what I say I'm going to do with the best of intentions. Right.
Right.
And I think rightfully so, if someone was there only for the content, they could be like, yeah, this isn't for me. Right. But because, yes, it's very fair. But because we've cultivated that very chill, if you come by in 3 months, say hi.
Yeah, just hang out.
That's fine.
Say hi. Yeah. I've definitely, I mean, my Discord, they do get sneak peeks of in progress books. They get artwork sneak peeks before anybody else does.
For sure.
Which is fun. We usually do like when the books first come out, we have a channel in there where we can all talk about it as they're reading it, and that's really, really fun. I really enjoy doing that. And I'm always like, all right, if you guys tag me, I'll answer, but I'm not gonna like
right
smother the chat.
right. That is one thing that's enjoyable too, is being able to do the non-curated content, in the sense that like unedited, I think is a better word for that. So it's the same thing. I do video updates when I'm going through our Tsundoku Club pick, but I just sit down in my car and talk about it,
Right. Yep. It's just everyday life.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that most of Booktube really responds to and appreciates, because I think this is a fairly, I mean, at least our area of it is a very chill community in general. And I feel like, people are more interested in just you being you than a product, So that helps take some of the pressure off, for sure.
It does help. Yeah. I've talked to some other bookish creators that are like, once you reach, who are way, way bigger than I am. And then when they're like, once you reach a certain level, there is a shift there.
Yeah, for sure.
A product, not to everyone, there are people who are more involved, but there is that shift. So it's a trade-off,
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we were talking about Murphy earlier. I don't know how I mean, it helps that she has always been very much her own woman. So she does like, she had her schedule for her videos. I'm mind blown how organized she is. But I think, it's one of those things where when you have a larger channel like that, if you deviate from the norm at all and try something a little different, just to be like, hey, I wanted to talk about this. People are like, no, where's my content? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which that would be really tough. I don't know.
It would be. It definitely would be. And I know she dabbles in the manga world too. And so as someone who lived in Japan, I can say there are some pockets of people who love Japan who are a lot.
Yes.
Or who are into that. And it can be a very good a lot, or it can be a not so good a lot.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
So she has a couple different, audiences to manage there.
Absolutely. And I feel like, we probably have seen some of that even within fantasy. Like there are people in every fandom with every series that are awesome. They're just super passionate about the series or this author, and it's fun to like hear them light up about it. And then there's the people that are like a little terrifying.
That's why I don't go to Reddit. That's where all the terrifying people live.
Gosh,
I'm like, listen, y'all have fun.
Somebody asked me the other day, yeah, do you have a Reddit you could post on Reddit? I was like, yo, I don't have a Reddit account. There's absolutely no way. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Absolutely not.
People over there have skin of like steel. Not even
like, it's just like, my life is way too short for Reddit. That's like, I can't.
I would like to not shave a couple more years off that. Right?
I'm already tall. My heart's not gonna like live as long as everybody else. I need to like not put pressure on it.
Yeah, I like how we all know that Reddit is the no zone for so many of us.
Yep. Let's see. Hi, Meg. Welcome. Oh, sorry, Mac. Your third live stream. Wow, I missed the boat. Well, I hope you guys have a great time.
Definitely will tune in if I can. You said September, right?
Yep.
So I'll keep that in mind.
That's a good question, though, as we're talking about Ghibli and like film adaptations and book adaptations and stuff. Do you have some like gold standards of like, here are the adaptations that are my like, if it's not this good, don't do it?
Well, at the risk of sounding too cliche, and it's pretty obvious, Lord of the Rings. I think that's trilogy is phenomenal. I've read the books. It's one of the few times where if someone asks me how should I consume the story, even if they're a reader, I will probably say the movies and then maybe books after. And I do enjoy the books.
Yeah.
So that is like tippy top. But we talked about Ghibli, but Howl's I think is I love that book.
Yeah.
And the adaptation is not the same.
Yep.
But the changes are purposeful. Like there's a reason for them. And I feel like those choices were well made.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm trying to think. I've kind of been scared away from adaptations because there's enough that I haven't clicked with that I'm like, maybe I'm just hurting both the people, hurting myself, and then like I can't enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just not helpful then.
Yeah.
But I would say, what's an adaptation that I did not enjoy? Unfortunately, I was very excited for Avatar: The Last Airbender, the adaptation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it did not hit. It looked like enough not effort's the wrong word, but like money was put into it to make it look, the bending looked cool. And, I thought the trailers were good. But for me personally, where I kind of felt like I didn't click with it, there's several things, but one of them was I don't think the show knew exactly what it wanted to be.
Sure.
To the point where they wanted to do these like more mature steps. Yeah. Mature steps from the show from the beginning. The show, and the show purposefully becomes more mature with the characters.
Right.
Like that's the point. But it was clear they wanted to do that from the beginning.
Right.
But then it would be scripted as if it was for a younger audience, which is not a bad thing, but it's very incongruous. So there was, for example, a particular scene where one character is handing another clearly a secret message. It's zoomed in on, it's clearly what's happening. And then a character who's observing it goes, oh, he gave her a hidden message. And I'm like, guys, I just witnessed that. What's happening here?
Stop telling me what I'm watching.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's for a younger audience or they didn't trust the audience.
There's an epidemic of that, I feel like, in mainstream media in general right now. I see it in books all the time. I see it in film and TV all the time. I feel like there is like people are almost, and that's part of the big conversation going around right now, is like media literacy and all of that. And I feel like oftentimes I'm seeing too much of an effort to cater to, well, let's just make sure that they get every single detail instead of inviting the audience to like, have their own experience with it more. Yeah.
You know, a book, to bring it back to books for the people who are watching this for books, one of the books that I felt did that really well. Like I felt like the author was trusting me actively. And I noticed that maybe other authors hadn't been, right? Because I felt the contrast was, it's right here, so I'll grab it. But The Raven Scholar.
Oh, yeah.
This was my best book of last year, and I read it in December.
Yeah.
It was not, it came in hot.
Right at the end.
Couldn't put it down. Yeah, I couldn't put it down for the life of me. And it wasn't just that it was intricate. It wasn't just that Hodgson clearly put a lot of thought into how to put all these disparate things together and build the world. It was that I felt that she was trusting me to remember what she already told me and put the pieces together myself.
Yeah.
And that was, I was surprised that it was refreshing. And that's what made me reflect on, oh, what have I read around, in the last year or so that's making me feel like this is fresh,
right? Yeah, I think that's a great thing to find. And I always look for that too in fantasy specifically, where I have way more experience with the genre. So I'm always like, if an author comes in and is telling me how to feel about something, or is constantly telling me what I can put together myself, I often will DNF the book, because I'm like, look, this is not the kind of experience that I want. I want to be trusted with the world that you've built. Because if there's not a trust between the author and the reader, it's a very different experience for sure.
Yeah. Or even there's the trust, but then there's also the confidence of the author in what they built, because it's going to be subjective, right? So someone's going to get something different. But if you have confidence in what you've built, even if someone disagrees with you or doesn't get your point, you've still created something that you believe in. Right. 100%. So it's like, I'm not here to be convinced of what you think. I'm here to read this world that you've created, and maybe it'll affect my thoughts on something. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, but The Raven Scholar, if anyone hasn't read it, phenomenal
recommendation. There you go, guys. Take notes.
There you go. First.
I think there were a couple of questions, so I wanted to make sure that I went back and got those really quick.
Sure.
Let's see. Dairy. Okay, Taylor, what should Dairy's first Ghibli film be? What would you recommend as a starting point?
See, now this is hard, because I genuinely feel like it depends on your headspace.
Totally.
If you're in a headspace where you want whimsy and you want to know what the fuss is about and everyone's talking about, Howl. Yeah. I think. If you want to understand Ghibli's theme work and a lot of the consistent themes that they deal with, I would say Nausicaa. Yep. Or Mononoke. But neither of those are light. No. So, they're not going to give you that whimsy. Yeah. Well, maybe pockets of it.
I think somebody mentioned it too, and I think Kiki's Delivery Service is another really cute, whimsical entry point.
Yes. Yeah. I would say Kiki, to me personally, has a slower pace as well. Yeah. Like Howl's quicker. Howl's is quicker. There we go. But Kiki's very slow and cozy. Yeah. I think. Yeah. So it just depends on the vibe. And even though Tori's a hater, I do think Spirited Away is also, it's between the two. It's not going to be as heavy as Nausicaa. Yeah. But it's also not going to be super whimsical.
Well, and I have my opinion of it, but at the same time, Spirited Away, like you said, is going to be on almost everybody's top of Ghibli list. I'm definitely an outlier, so the likelihood that most people would enjoy it is very high. Yeah. So basically, I would say start with like the canon of everything of what you hear about, because
this is one of those situations I feel like you hear about them for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you want to see like what Ghibli is good at,
yeah,
pick something in that canon we've talked about that matches the mood you're in.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Totally. Let's see. I don't know if Tharnell is asking somebody in the chat. I have not read Under Heaven yet. That I just ordered it though.
Haven't either.
Yeah, you guys should see. Taylor's tattoos are absolutely goals. Like they're beautiful. I love them so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Let's see. I wanted to make sure.
Hi. Oh, sorry. I thought Sumida was coming to say hi, but she's. Is that a knock? I'll be right back. While you're searching.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Hey, you do you, Don. You know what? Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Mine is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you guys very easily. Hold on. Is on my forearm, and it's a rose with faith in the stem. That's the only one I currently have. And I got it in 2019. Princess Mononoke, another favorite. Yep, that one's fantastic. I am good at the facade of being organized, Tharnell. I can pretend I'm organized very well.
Yeah, that feeling. So good news, but that was a request for a sequel because I put up a little free library in the neighborhood, and someone in the library read the first of a series, loved it, and said, "Do you have the sequel?" So
that's awesome.
That happened right now. So on brand.
Was that a pretty easy process to get that set up?
Yes, through them. You just
right.
You can build your own, or you can order a kit and then build it yourself, or you can have it pre-built. My dad does carpentry as his hobby, so we pre-bought one just because it's a nonprofit and wanted to give him money. We put it together and painted it ourselves. So is it easy to become, an owner of one? Yes. Was it an easy process to paint it and do all the stuff we decided to do? No.
Yeah.
that was our choice.
Yeah. It's the elite little free library.
Yes. No. I've seen some much more elite ones out there. People are so creative.
Yeah.
But it's been such a bright spot. I see kids swapping out books. Aww. We also have a little communal toy box. So there's been a lot of toy exchanges and communal chalk and stuff. So it's been really nice.
That's really cool. Yeah. We have a couple. We live in a pretty small town, but we have, I think, 4 little free libraries, even in our little rural town. And yeah, we go in and I, because we live in a small town, there's a lot of retirees here because we live on a lake. I will go and intentionally swap out some like Danielle Steele and James Patterson with like other things.
Doing the Lord's work.
Bring a little culture into the rural Midwest here.
Love that.
But even like indie books, I love putting indie books in the little, just to like continue to get, a bigger variety of stuff going around. And it's been fun to do those. I put copies of my books in there every once in a while and just throw them in because I'm local. So
yeah. So why not, right?
Why not? No, Derry. So when I say like people in a fandom that become a lot, it's the thing that I love about you is how passionate you are, but also that like my experience with Ship of Magic was a great example of this. Derry was super supportive and was like, everything you're saying about why you did not have a good experience with Ship of Magic makes total sense. And I support whatever you do in the series going forward. There are people that are like, no matter what your opinion is, it's wrong unless it's exactly the same as mine all the time. Yeah. So no, there's a big difference in somebody who's really passionate and excited versus people who are just like stuck in the mud.
Well, like I said, good a lot and bad a lot are very different things.
Very different.
Yes.
Mac has a question for you. Taylor, do you have a hidden gem you would recommend to visit in Japan?
Yes. just yes. Yes, it depends. I would say just starting the biggest scale would be where I lived, Fukuoka. It's on the southernmost island of Kyushu, and it's known to be one of the most delicious food spots in all of Japan for people who live there. Like, people come to Fukuoka to eat the food, specifically the pork bone based ramen. There is no better tonkotsu ramen than
I'm
what's
there.
in Fukuoka.
I'm so ready.
Yes. So I would say I recommend it. But I also, it's a hidden gem and I'd like to keep it that way. But yes, it's what I would highly recommend. And then if you like nature, the other thing I would say on Kyushu is there is a national park and also a mountain of the same name called Aso, ASO. And you would need to rent a car for it. But when I tell you, it is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been. In the summer, because it's an active volcano, like if it blows up, all of Kyushu's gone, but they monitor it, right? So
I would too.
That's Japan for you. You know, all of the whole land could go at any time, but they monitor it, so it's okay. But because it's super fertile soil, the summer is just the brightest green you've ever seen. And what I would almost recommend more than the summer, though, is the fall, because they get this pampas grass that when the sun hits it, it's just golden fields, like genuinely everywhere. And if you drive through it, it's but almost no one goes there because you do need like a car. So if you're able to plan for it, I would say also National Park, and you can do glamping there and stuff. They have some really beautiful spots to stay.
I want to go to Japan and eat.
Food tour.
Oh man,
that's one of the hardest things about moving. I miss Japan food. English. I miss Japanese food so much.
Yeah,
it helps that Hayato can make it, but he works so much cooking in kitchens already that when he comes
he doesn't want to do it as much.
How dare he?
Honestly. No excuse, honestly.
No. He has this one oyakodon dish that he makes, and there's two versions. There's one that he can make the sauce quickly, and there's one where the sauce takes 3 days. And obviously the 3-day one is my favorite thing that he makes,
of course,
like overall. And I've been requesting it. He's like, girl, when do I have 3 days? I'm like,
I don't have 3 days.
Like, you're right. But like, why haven't you made it?
I mean, maybe you can, on a birthday or an anniversary or something, maybe you can pull a string and, have your people talk to his people. And
I'll work on it. I like that. I'll go through the channels, the proper channels.
My husband, Ben, is a very big bread nerd. Like, he is a baker, and he makes fresh homemade bread like several times a week. And we get a lot of, because we're in rural Minnesota, we get a lot of like fresh produce, like jams and jellies. And we went out and picked at a organic blueberry farm last week.
Incredible.
Oh my goodness. The jam. With the homemade bread there. It's so good.
I mean, if you have store-bought bread, you're probably like,
100%. Yeah,
I forgot it could be this bad. Right.
Yeah. That's the thing, is once you get used to real food and then you go somewhere, you have something and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is like cardboard. How are we eating this?
I mean, I often say Hayato's family ruined me because they are the foodies. And so they would only take me to the best soba or the best this or the best sushi. And I'm like, can you guys stop that? Because then I can't.
Now I can't eat anything.
I can't eat anything else. So I always say it's their fault.
Yeah, that's fair. One of my Japan and South Korea are both on my like dream vacations, destinations, visits. And a big part of both of those is the nature areas and also the food.
Understandably so.
I'm just gonna eat for 2 weeks and do nothing else.
As you should. I support you in
Yeah.
that endeavor.
Yeah. So outside of like Japanese cuisines, do you have other global cuisines that you really love?
Yes. I love Italian food because I lived in Florence for a while.
Oh, cool.
And I was the biggest I've ever been in my life, and I would do it all again because
It was worth it.
all day wine, pasta, but it was like the homemade stuff.
Yeah.
And I think what I took the most from that, and what I realized I like in cuisine in general, is less ingredients, but focus on quality, right?
Yes.
So I don't have anything against French cooking, and I know that it requires a lot of skill, but it's very sauce based. So for me, it's decadent, right? Very decadent.
Yes.
And that's never really completely spoken to me. But Italian with its, the 5 ingredients in it, but they're put together perfectly. Like that to me really is.
Yeah, that kind of elegant simplicity in food.
Yeah. So good quality Italian food is one. And I would also say when we went through Indonesia, I had some good food there. Whew. Yeah. The shabbier the stand, the better it was. My stomach was ready. We had our meds, but because, it's hit or miss. But we like to backpack style travel. So we're like, the menu is barely existent. Let's go here. So,
yeah.
Had some good food there.
Well, I'm hungry now.
I know.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a cuisine that you're partial to?
I'm really not super picky, honestly. I love food and I love aspects of so many different global cuisines. I love the, freshness and lightness of Mediterranean. I love Japanese and Korean cuisines. I love Mexican and food. I love Italian food. Italian food, I've discovered I am more and more like infrequent about. I have to be in the mood for big plates of pasta now.
Yeah.
And I think that was like once I got into my 30s, I was like, I feel different after a giant plate of pasta than I did in my 20s. So it's delicious, but I also really appreciate, like you said, the kind of simple ingredient cooking. And I mean, growing up in the culture of agricultural Midwest, give us good solid steak and potatoes. Like you can't go wrong.
I agree. A well-cooked steak. Yes.
Yeah. We have several farms around us that do grass-fed and grass-finished Angus beef. And that's something that I will I can't handle like just basic grocery store food meat anymore when it comes to beef. It's it's not the same.
No, it's not. Another example of being ruined right there.
Being ruined. I'm ruined forever. That is the one thing that is really funny because I am a bit of a radical Midwesterner in the sense that I eat a lot more spicy than most people in my area. Like I love gochujang sauce, anything with gochujang in it. And I like flavorful spice. I don't like the spice that's like, let's burn out your esophagus for no reason. And that's the whole experience.
Yeah.
But I eat more spicy than a lot of people in my area, but I also am not allergic to green things.
Well, that's
which is a very Midwestern thing. Yep.
Really?
I don't know how Midwestern farmers live as long as they do. I really don't, because it's like red meat and potatoes, and like they're allergic to anything green. They're just like, oh, there's something green in that. I'm like,
I can't fathom.
How are you alive? How are you upright? Like that's wild.
Functioning.
How? I mean, I guess part of it's what you're used to, of course, but like.
Yeah. Or if your body gets used to it. I do know for me though, if I don't have something green for long enough, my body's like, hey.
By the way,
you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Derry says, I love the toy exchange being included. A couple families on the hill from me had an art display on the footpath. That's cute.
That is so cute. Yes. Just, yeah. Yep. Yep. The earth underneath you is constantly threatening, but it's pretty.
Yes, but it's pretty. So that's, you know, humans are crazy. Have you read A Murder Most Fungal? That's the new one, the new Adrian Gibson one.
I'm an awful friend because I haven't read Mushroom Blues either. So he did
canceled.
I know. Adrian did send me an ARC because he's a wonderful human. But I remember distinctly reading the first chapter, and I was like, I'm not going to do this justice right now. I am not in the mood for this vibe. And so I wanted to enjoy it thoroughly. So I put it down. And I think, I don't know if you can read Murder Most Fungal. You can. I wouldn't be open to reading that first. I recently actually sat down and read the first chapter again in Mushroom Blues. And I was like, oh, this is hitting now. So
yeah, now it's the right time. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see myself reading it soon.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. I completely relate to the, like, I feel so bad that I'm so far behind on so many books that I should have already read. And I mean, that kind of goes into what you talked about in your video about the romanticizing the grind of life, but also reading specifically, because I feel like you mentioned specifically like the idea of literature taking time, and how a lot of times people get kind of trapped in this mindset of, I need to read all the books so that I can talk about all the books, and so that I have read all of the books so that I sound smart, or that I'm able to enter discussions or whatever it is. I'm 100% guilty of the need to be able to be part of the conversation, and therefore read as much as humanly possible to do that. And I'm definitely working on, you know, trying to take my time. And if a book isn't hitting at the moment, put it back on the shelf and come back to it later. Like try something else. Don't force yourself through. Cause I think that's actually beautiful as a friend who has books. Like, I would so much rather somebody read it when it's the right time. Than force their way through a read just because, well, my friend wrote it, so I need to read it, you know?
And it's so interesting you bring up that particular video, because one of the reasons that inspired me to start talking about it or make that video, what was the catalyst for it, is I've found just at this season of my life, my reading is slower. It just simply is. Like, I used to be able to devour 3 to 4 chonkers in a month. You know, give me an 800-page book, I would blow through that week tops, you know, and I could do 4 of them. I've been reading The Will of the Many, which happens to be here in its book sleeve.
I saw that.
I've been reading this for a month and a half now. And I, even after making that video, even after making the conscious decision of being like, Taylor, it's okay to take your time with a book. I'm like, oh, this is taking me way too long, you know? Like, the voice is still in there. Like, what do you mean a month and a half? I just, it's always there. The voice is always there. So when you say you're guilty, so am I. And, but I'm enjoying this book so much because I'm reading it at the pace that I'm
savoring.
Yes. And, you know, I just sat down earlier today for about an hour and read a chunk of it. And I'm near the end now. I'm in the last, like, maybe 6th of the book. So things are starting to pick up. And I'm feeling the urge to want to sit down more and read it. And so I'm like, okay, this is the natural pace of the book, right? Now it's picking up. So there's something for also following the natural pace of the book you're reading. You know, if you're in the middle chunks and you're doing world building, slower is okay. And then near the end, you feel the urgency that the author wants you to, right? So there's beauty to it. But it's hard to shut that voice off. I don't have
especially as a creator.
Yes. I mean, and even, you know, we've talked about our Patrons a lot here. This was the Patreon pick for May.
For May, yes. I feel that.
Yes. And it's like, I've picked a very small book to read because I do think, because I had this urgency behind reading this now, I do think I'll finish it in like the next couple days. So I have a short book that I've picked for this month, but there was a month that couldn't have a pick because it just my life is busy right now. You know?
And that's totally fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not that I don't want to read. Like I look at my bookshelf and I think, hold on, I think I stopped. So I'm just going to wait and see if I pop back.
Yep.
Am I okay?
You're good. I'm still hearing everything you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I look at my bookshelf and I think, oh, there's so many stories here I want to experience. And I feel the urgency to experience them. I just can't get to them as fast as I used to be able to. Right now, anyway.
Yeah. 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 And like there's different phases in life, right? Where like there will be some times where you'll be able to read faster and sometimes where you're going to have to slow down and savor, and both of those are okay.
Well, that's another reason discussion videos, I think, are a great thing to do. Because even if you haven't read something in the past couple weeks, there's stuff to talk about. There's like a meat there to dig into, you know?
Yes. Yep. Totally agree. Are there some books that like looking forward, it's actually going to be interesting toward the end of this year, because I am planning on starting both the Tawny Man trilogy and also Lord of the Rings for the first time.
Okay.
And neither of those are series that I want to rush. So I'm anticipating that those two series specifically are going to give me the opportunity to practice that slow down and savor kind of reading experience. Because at first, especially in creator world where you have like the schedule of the year and the months and all of this stuff, I think sometimes in the back of your head you can get this false idea that, well, I have to finish things by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have to finish these two series by the end of the year. I'm going to start them by the end of the year. After that, we'll find out.
Yes. Yeah, we make these arbitrary lines for ourselves all the time because there's the end of the year videos. And if you would like to include that or if you want to, let's say, you're going to be busy January, February. You're like, well, I don't want to take a break and then not be able to talk about it well. So there's just so much that goes behind like the timing of creating the content.
Exactly. That can put pressure on.
Yeah. And it's not like anyone is standing next to it. You haven't made it.
Nope.
But all of us feel it. So like, where's it coming from?
Right here. So are there some books that you feel like, as you're going through the end of the year and beyond into 2027, are there some books that you're just like, you're really itching to pick up?
There are a couple biggies, and it's not necessarily because of like FOMO on the channel. It's more like, okay, I would like to add this to my repertoire. So Win, big one. I haven't read any of her stuff. And I feel like I'm just at the point in my reading life where Le Guin would talk. I would resonate with what she's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would say Le Guin is one. We had mentioned Tad Williams earlier, and I've been feeling like I want to read a slow, more classic fantasy. So I have two that I'm choosing between. Maybe you could sway me if you want. Okay. Well, you haven't read Tad Williams, but
I haven't.
But the other one that I was thinking of is, oh my God, one of the biggest names of fantasy, Wheel of Time. There we go.
Sure. Okay.
Because I found the first one, a super like classic floppy paperback for like $6 at a secondhand store.
Ooh.
And I liked the classic cover on it. And I was like, okay, if this is appealing to me right now, maybe. That's been one of those series, though, that I have felt zero fire to read. So the fact that it's kind of sparking my attention is telling me maybe. So like the more classic. And then one other one, why did I just blank? Because I had it while I was talking. Oh, Miss Butler. Tavia Butler, because
yeah.
a gorgeous, it's too far down to pull out, but Broken Binding edition of Parable of the Singer and Parable of the Talents. And I remember when I purchased that set, the quotes just on the back, I was like, oh, I'm going to love this. I'm going to adore these. And I just haven't read that yet. So I would say like those 3 authors or series are percolating, you know, as stuff.
They're kind of coming up to the top of the pot.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I've been focusing on a bit more is working through my TBR shelf, which is just off screen down here. But I've really been enjoying just kind of picking stuff like, oh, I forgot I had that, you know?
Yeah, let's read it.
Yeah. But what about you? Do you have anything percolating for you?
I mean, Lord of the Rings and Tawny Man are big ones. I think. Apologies. Yep. Lord of the Rings, I've never read. And the films were such a massive influence on me as a kid that I don't think, like you said, you know, you hit different times where the book is going to resonate with you in a better way. And I think being aware of that and knowing when you're starting to feel that. So, you know, Lord of the Rings specifically, I wanted to get to a point where I think I could approach it and just love the books for themselves and not project my experience with the films on them. And I'm at a point in my reading life now where I feel like I'm excited to do that and to just have my experience with the books as they are. Yeah. And I'm really excited about that. I'm trying to think what else. I want to start Natural History of Dragons.
Yes.
Next month, I'm reading the first book. I'm so excited. I knew you would be happy about that.
If you can't tell, I'm so excited because no one hypes them up. No one talks about them. Even if you hate it, I can talk about them.
Yes. I have the first 3 paperbacks, so I'm all in. I'm like, I have a suspicion that I'm really going to love so many aspects of this and just the tone of it. I love the covers so much. They're so beautiful. And it's just, I love reading all of the familiar things in fantasy, but often I really get pulled towards the books where I'm like, this is approaching fantasy from a slightly different angle. And I really like that a lot.
Yes.
In terms of swaying you between the classic fantasy, I don't know that I'm the best person to ask, partially because I haven't read either of them. I've DNF'd one of them. So
that's what I thought, because when I was you DNF'd Wheel of Time, right?
I've DNF'd Eye of the World 3 times.
Okay, so I'll have a safe space to come if that's my experience.
Yes. And I would look forward to because if you get to it and you're like, man, this is what I am looking for, like that really classic fantasy experience. And part of that, in fairness to Mr. Jordan, is that I'm really hard to convince on a chosen one trope. It is one of my least favorite tropes in fantasy. And so anybody who's writing from a chosen one trope that's very classic, very familiar, very tropey is gonna have to work 5 times as hard to get me to like really immerse and care about the story. Because I'm the Grinch.
Right. Not necessarily, but you're allowed to dislike what you dislike, right?
Yeah.
I now I know who to come to talk to though when I'm like working my way through it eventually, because like I think I'm in the mood for that, but it's been so long since I've read a classic fantasy that I could very well start it and be like, I know the next 3 chapters what this is going to be because I know the story. And again, it's not the fault of the series. It probably helped establish a lot of those tropes. I just 100%. Happen to know them now. Right.
Yeah. So. And sometimes the familiar is what we need. And sometimes I go back, and that's why we reread favorite series, right? We know what's going to happen. We already know the ending, but we still go back and I don't know. Are you a rereader or are you one of the people that's like, no?
You've hit on a point that I'm trying to be better at.
Okay.
Which is that I used to, when I was young, I reread all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I was the Harry Potter generation. I have read that series. I can't even tell you how many times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that book. I like reread all the stuff that I loved. And then I started content essentially that I can pinpoint it to that, and I stopped rereading.
Yeah.
So it's been my goal this year and last year, which I failed miserably, to reread.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to every other month reread a book, but with this slow pace that it's taking me, I have not adjusted. So I would be happy if I reread 2 to 3 books this year.
Yeah.
Like that would bring me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And I know what books I want to reread. Like I have some middle grade too. I'd love to revisit. I want to reread Howl. I want to reread Lies of Locke Lamora.
I did that last year.
All-time favorite.
Girl. Have you reread it ever?
No. I got a third of the way through before the move, and I haven't gotten back to it. The first third, I was like,
yeah,
I love this.
That book holds up to a reread so well, in my opinion. And like the cool thing about it is once you've read it and then you go back, it elevates the experience because you can see how brilliantly Scott Lynch wrote it. And I think that's the part of the reread that I loved so much, is every little bit where there was a foreshadowing or a little like full circle thing that he threw in the tiny little detail subtext. I would get really excited because I was like, oh my gosh, like it was so fun to read it that way.
This was known.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's a small example of that because I only reread the first third. But I remember when I first read the book, the first chapter or two, I'm like, what the hell is that? What is happening? And I just had to trust that he was taking me somewhere good. But then when I was rereading it, I'm like, oh, this is phenomenal, right? So, I think I'm going to have a similar experience.
I'm so excited for you. That is it's in my top 3 fantasy books of all time. I love that book so much.
So good.
It's so good.
So good.
So you're a big fan of Natural History of Dragons. Big fan of Greenbone Saga. And now I am completely missing. There's a third one that I had in my brain about 2 seconds ago that is now not there. What's your Mount Rushmore of fantasy?
Possibly Dandelion Dynasty might be the one that you were thinking of. That's Ken Liu's first one, The Grace of Kings. Just off camera here, but I have like my prized possession Broken Binding edition. So that. Mount Rushmore. Let me just look at my shelves.
I ask really hard questions on this channel.
Well, I'm going to ignore the fact that there's a limit to how many heads are on Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore can have as many heads on it as you want.
I would say I am a big fan of oh my gosh. See, here I am blanking on favorite series full names. What is the series name for a Stormlight Archive, for the love of God?
Yeah, Stormlight Archive. There you go. There's too many books. There's too many.
There's just too many. I'm looking at it and it's still not enough. I would say there are some of Sanderson's works that don't hit as well for me. Like I'm famously a Mistborn Era 1 hater on my channel. Come at me.
Okay. All right. Noted.
But I do love Stormlight Archive deeply. So that is on there for sure. I would say another one would be, do you know The Ninth Reign?
Yeah. The Winnowing Flame?
Yes. See, you know series names better than me, and that's supposed to be my favorite.
Yes. Like I said, I have the facade of being organized down to a T.
Hey. Yes. Winnowing Flame is one that I wish more people would read. It is, I don't know if I've not read it or heard about it.
I know of it. I've not read it.
It's very, very different. Talk about not classic fantasy, like the opposite. It's got lots of sci-fi in there.
Okay.
Little bit of cosmic horror as well. So it's definitely an all-time favorite of mine. And then if I had to pick, let's say, one more while I'm looking at my shelves, I'm going to, realize I forgot something and be upset about it.
Just
afterwards.
comment under the video. Be like,
there we go.
I forgot so-and-so.
But I actually just did a 5-star audit, one installment of my 5-star audit series. I filmed one. So I have I started this over a year ago. I took all the 5 stars I've ever given on Goodreads, separated them into separate, like took each page essentially, and audited them and decided, should this still be a 5-star? Should I drop it down? What are my feelings on it now? And overall, it just gives me a reason to talk about my favorites.
Yeah. Right.
So one of the benefits is it reminds me of things that I love deeply. And so one of those, because it's right here, is the War Eternal.
Okay.
Rob J. Hayes.
Yes. I can't reach it.
I trust you. It's there, right?
I can't reach it. We both would have potentially. Would that make it like not necessarily top 5, but Mortal Techniques is my Rob J. Hayes Mount Rushmore series.
Okay. Oh, and you have the same copy. I love that.
Yep.
Supporting indie. Yep. So the War Eternal was, I loved the first book, but what really would solidify it as like a Rushmore, I think, for me, is the way that Hayes handles the arc of It's a framing narrative, so it is not a spoiler to say she is telling her story. But because of that, we see her age drastically. But the way that he handles that perspective and the way that he handles the changes her character goes through or doesn't, I thought was a masterclass personally.
That's really cool. I have not read that one yet. I need to. I've had it on my shelf for like 3 years.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
We've been talking about how it is for this whole time. I get it.
Yep, hour and a half. Yep.
Yeah.
I have 3 different versions of Never Die.
Never Die? Yeah. Really?
And Mortal Techniques is my favorite Rob J. Hayes. It's also one of my top 10 series. Spirits of Vengeance, book 3, is my favorite of the 3. I absolutely love that book. And I love, I love that series so much. So I do need to read more Hayes. But yeah, that is a good one.
You'll get there. Yeah.
Eventually. Yeah.
He's another person who is a lovely human. It happens to be at conventions often. So I've had the pleasure of being able to talk to him. I've poked him a little bit. How did you figure that out? You know, but
as a fan,
putting aside all the other, interviews we've done, just, answer these questions that have been bothering
me personally. I need to know.
Yes.
When I eventually get Pierce Brown on the channel, there are going to be some questions that I'm like, here's the questions I'm going to ask you in front of the audience. And here's the questions that I need to know, spoiler filled.
Yes.
For just for me.
Just for me. Yes.
Just for me. Yeah.
Well, that's something you can try to sway me on then, because one of my hot takes is you say you DNF'd Eye of the World 3 times. I have DNF'd what's the first one? Red Rising. Twice. And I've decided I will do one more.
Okay.
Now, where I end up DNFing is usually in the first third of the book, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's before like the pop-off happens. Everyone tells me that.
Yeah.
The way, I don't want to do any spoilers for anyone who hasn't read it, but the way the wife is handled, or what the use of her, plot-wise, always has bothered me. But everyone tells me, just get past that first third.
Yeah.
And so what was recommended to me was to do audio for the third time.
The graphic audio is really amazing.
So
it's interesting you bring that up specifically, actually. So Red Rising is one of my favorite. Okay, caveat. The first 3 books are one of my favorite series of all time. I have considered doing an entire video on that exact subject because I don't actually think that's what happens.
Interesting. Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts on the whole beginning of Red Rising and how it's written and what it means setting up the rest of the story. And I have a lot of opinions about that we could definitely talk about.
For sure.
Instagram DMs if you wanted to. For sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm also going to when I make that third attempt, it'll be fresher because the second attempt was a a while ago now that I would want to
Yeah.
refresh why I thought that way, because I don't remember exact details.
Yeah.
But again, I know where to reach out. Just like
Girl, I will reread it. I've read the first book probably at least 7 or 8 times.
I love that for you.
So
yes.
I will 100% reread it again. And if you want to just like talk back and forth about stuff and as you read, I'm always open to talk Red Rising. Always.
I'll take you up on that. I know I will.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in the two being two separate series. There's the trilogy, which was like a closed story of sorts, and then he, now is writing the Era 2 series of that, which I have a lot of very controversial opinions about. But yeah, the original 3 books is one of my, like, I will take that to a desert island with me if I can take nothing else series.
Well, just knowing how similar our tastes tend to be and hearing that, it makes me more willing to give it some leeway, especially if I do the audio.
The audio is amazing.
Just on the note of rereading, because clearly you're a rereader and get a lot out of your rereads, is there any book or series that you've been dying to reread and just haven't gotten to it?
Yes. So many. I had told you before we went live, I spent 45 minutes gushing about my top 10 favorite fantasy series to film a video to put out next week. And when I went to turn off my camera, it turned on and I realized that my entire video had not been filmed and I'm so mad about it. But it was really fun because making lists of favorites is a good way to like go back and remind yourself of like why we love what we do and why we read and the series that means so much to us. I would say instantly The City Watch by Terry Pratchett. I intend on going back and rereading that as soon as I can because it is now my favorite fantasy series of all time. And I want to reread the first couple of books from a perspective of that, because when I read them the first time, obviously I didn't know it was going to become that. So I love that. I'm very excited. What else do I want to reread? So many things. All the things. I just reread Six of Crows with one of my close friends that had never read it before. That was really fun. Really enjoyed that. I know you're a big fan of those, I think, as well, right? Yes.
One of the only series I have reread multiple times. Yes. I think it holds up.
It does. I agree. I haven't reread Crooked Kingdom yet, but I'm excited to do that. And I always tell people, like, I'm not a romantasy person. I really struggle with a lot of the portrayals of romance in modern fantasy. There's a moment, and you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a moment in Crooked Kingdom that I'm like, that is one of my Roman empires of romance in fantasy. And it is so subtle, and it is not the big flashy, but there's a really quiet moment with a glove. And I won't say more than that for spoilers, but like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It lives in my brain rent free. And I'm like, dude, I was deceased when I read that scene, and I love that so much. So I'm excited to reread that. But yeah.
Well, because the relationships between the characters are so well developed that subtle things mean so much more than bombastic. Yes.
Yeah, they mean so much, and I love that kind of writing. Those are the books that I absolutely love. For you, if you can look at your like absolute favorites, do you feel like there's a pattern of sorts, that there are some elements that typically lead to a 5-star for you?
Yes. I would say one of them, which is, I guess, supposedly more surface level if you look at it, but if you put a meddling god in a book, you got me. I love meddling gods. And I love when they have a different like system of morality than the people they're meddling with. So that is delightful. So usually with that, with with a skilled author, in my opinion, will often come with religion as a power structure or something like that. So I really enjoy those kinds of explorations. Like that's one of the things about like Gunmetal Gods by Zamal Akhtar that I love, his discussion of that. So that is going to pull me in right away. I am also, I mean, at this point, what even does this phrase mean? But character-based reader, I am.
I still use that, and I will die on that hill. Yes.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes. I mean, your plot can be phenomenal, but if I don't care about the characters, then, you know, maybe that's why I bounce off of hard sci-fi still sometimes. Like I love Children of Time by Tchaikovsky. It's like one of my favorite books, but I still found the hardest part for me about that was I couldn't grab a character. Like when the characters that I'm most interested in or most connected to are spiders, you know, maybe, I don't know if that was purposeful. Maybe it was purposeful. Maybe that's part of it.
It could be. It could definitely be, knowing Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, sure. So character-based reader, I guess, sounds like it doesn't mean much maybe in the fantasy world because a lot of us feel that way, but I do bounce off of sci-fi sometimes because of that.
I mean, I think yes, but also like when you say, I find that people mean very different things when they say that they're a character-driven reader. And oftentimes I will hear the same people who say that then read a book that is very focused on character, and the plot might be a little bit more meandering, or it might be a little bit less like heavily structured. And they're like, oh, nothing happened.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, so I feel like there's different like categories of character-driven reader for sure. Because I will meander with characters I love through nothing happens all day.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think in general, I don't mind meandering. Like, give me a market scene with a character I love. I will eat that up. Like, market scenes, I never get sick of them. One of the things I love the most about Lies of Locke Lamora is how many little market scenes we get.
Love it.
Delightful.
Yep.
So I don't mind a good meander. However, this is one of my controversial takes. Hob and I don't get along. So to me, reading Royal Assassin was work.
Yeah.
And I was surprised because I've heard that people connect to the characters the most. And so I was very surprised at my reaction because I could see the skill on the page. Like I've said before, Hob can make the actual words feel cozy. Like even if the sentence isn't cozy, the way that she phrases or puts words together, I'm like, that's a cozy sentence, even though it's not describing a cozy environment, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like
totally.
So there's layers to her skill and I see it. So it's hard. I'm confused as well because I see it objectively. I know that a lot of what she does is what I enjoy. So why am I not, you know?
Do you really love Fitz as a character?
That's the only answer I've been able to come to.
That I think might be why
Fitz and I are not friends. Maybe.
Yeah. You've broken Derry.
Oh, Derry, I'm sorry. I know. Going against Hob, especially in our circles, is rough. I know.
It's okay. It's okay. She manages very well with all of the different opinions, and I had a lot of very direct things to say about Ship of Magic. So, yeah, Derry's great.
Well, I was actually told since Farseer didn't try Ship of Magic and see just because it's Farseer. Yeah. So I'm not writing it off completely, but then if Ship of Magic doesn't work for me, maybe I'll just accept. But it's not against.
I'll be curious.
Talent,
let me know what you think when you get to it. Yeah,
I will. Yeah. Not like Fitz is the only.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because it's a first person narration, I think that's that, you know, Sun Eater's first person narration, Realm of the Elderlings is first person, a lot of these really big series, and they're really like, if you don't really love or resonate with that character, that's a lot of page count to be in one person's head. And if it doesn't, I mean, Sun Eater is my example of that. Is Hadrian does not work for me as a main, like I can't handle being in his head 24/7 in these books. I can't stand it.
Right.
And so because of that, I'm not able to connect with everything around him because it's all through his perspective. And I think Fitz would be, you know, kind of a similar idea where, yeah, if you're not driving with Fitz, then you have to see everything through a character that you're not connected to.
Right. Yeah. I think you just made the biggest argument as to why it might not work for me, because it's like all the other elements are there.
Right? Yeah, it's all there.
Well, it's just not. So
yeah.
The Japanese library in my town actually now has really nice special editions of the Farseer trilogy, because I was like, I'm not going to ship it across the world. So some English reader is going to be like, yes! See them.
That's awesome. Yeah. I just
donated them.
I just got oh my goodness, the new, guys help me out. What's the company that just did the new special editions of Farseer and Live Ships? I bought the Farseer edition. I don't intend to buy the Live Ships trilogy through them, but yeah, I'm excited to read Tawny Man, because it has been a while since I've read Hob, because I kind of put her in timeout after Ship of Magic. But
think about what you did.
I want you to think about what you did. We'll come back to that. Yeah, I do put authors in timeout, sometimes permanently, and sometimes it's just we need a little space in the relationship, you know.
Understandable.
Yeah. So other than being a not sure how you feel about Hob, are there any other like really big authors in fantasy that you're like, this is just not for me?
I'm sure there are. Looking at my shelf is not helpful, because obviously I won't own them. So
great. Yeah, exactly.
Let me see. I know there is. Who have I read and I've just been like, no. I mean, Red Rising is one of them, but I haven't like completely given up on that one.
And even if you did, I would still talk to you.
Oh, well, that's a lot coming from you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've had so much practice, Taylor. The Red Rising is not one that I'm ever surprised when people are like, yeah, no, this did not work for me. I'm like, that's, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I can accept that, right? Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, also, I feel like Sanderson is becoming that, because he's reached such a talking about reaching outside of like your space. And also, I mean, he's just done so much. There's bound to be something you don't like, you know? So like I said, Mistborn Era 1 hater here, but I love Stormlight Archive. So I think there's just, when people are like, yeah, not my thing, I'm like, yeah, I get that.
That is an opposite for the two of us.
Really?
I'm a Mistborn Era 1, and I gave up on Stormlight Archive really at the end of Oathbringer. I started falling off.
Oathbringer, I feel like, was the tipping point for a lot of people. You either went with it, or it was just not. It was just not for you. And you know,
Rhythm of War was one of the hardest reads I've ever had to finish.
I was gonna say, if you didn't like Oathbringer, Rhythm of War is gonna be worse. Yeah,
it was awful. I quit afterwards. I was like, nope, I'm done.
Understandable. That's one of the big schisms between PL and I also. He doesn't dislike it, but he doesn't get the feeling that I get when I read it.
But if we were all exactly the same, that would be boring.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
What are some of the, just throw some big authors at me. I'm blanking on everything. Let's see.
Game of Thrones.
So that I'm controversial in the sense that I have never read it and I don't really care to.
Can't believe it, Taylor.
I know. I know. It is, I think it is going to be one of those series, to be fair, where if I do end up reading it one day, I'm going to be like, I love this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I like kick myself. But with everything that I want to read, in the same way that The Wheel of Time felt to me for so long, I just, it's not okay, you know?
Yeah.
I would be more likely to read Windhaven, I think, because I had a live chat with, who was on it? All wonderful people. But of course, I'm blanking on who I was talking about. Everyone was a fan, like a big fan.
That one's been going around a lot recently.
Yeah. Well, everyone was a big fan of Martin in general and had all read, you know, Song of Ice and Fire. And so when I said it wasn't really on my radar, they were like, okay, can I at least entice you with it? And I was like, and they explained it to me. I don't remember the premise right now, but I remember hearing the premise and being like, I could like that. So that was my compromise. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that gives you a chance to like taste test his writing style without jumping into a massive series too.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Abercrombie?
I like his stuff. Okay. I had a really interesting journey with him because the first book, The Blade Itself, there we go. I had a lot of expectations. So I think it was the burden of heavy expectations for one. And for two, I did not care about Giselle at all. I didn't like him. I didn't love him. I was just like, get this man off my page. Why am I, like, why is he here?
Yep.
So in the first book. So that was like a third of the book where I was like, why am I reading this? So the first one ended up only being 3. However, second book, full 5 stars. That was where I was like, oh, I get it. I get the Abercrombie hype. And then the third book ended up evening out to be 3-4 again. So I think for me, Abercrombie and I could have a big 5-star relationship in certain pockets, but I don't know if we're going to be steady in our relationship.
Sure. Yeah. I love the way we talk about our relationships to authors and series on Booktube so much.
Yeah, we might not get steady, but every once in a while.
Every once in a while, a little bit of a fling, it'll be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I like his stuff and what he does, and I see the skill enough to be open to continuing to read like everything. I just, don't know if they'll all be 5. We'll see.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I'm going to say this every time because at this point it's just a Motley Crue staple. I could talk to you for like 8 hours with no problem.
Yes.
But I also don't want to take up your entire evening. So as we're winding down here, my last question for you is there a book that you would recommend I move up my TBR specifically for me? I always ask all my guests, like, what is a book that I should prioritize, in your opinion?
Well, you've done Natural History of Dragons, so I'll allow that.
That's next. I'm going to do that in August.
Yep. Okay. Ooh, even sooner than I thought. Let me consult. I'm 99.9% sure you have read this, but you read Brightwash, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Brilliant character work. Crystal's so good at character work. Oh my goodness.
Phenomenal. So that's why I was going to insist if you hadn't, but in my memory.
I have read. Yes, I have.
What about
Derry? I'm changing my category of brain fluff books into hookups.
I like that.
That's funny.
I would say, let's do something short since we're all talking about time management.
I appreciate you so much.
Have you ever read any of the Singing Hills cycle? The first one being The Empress of Salt and Fortune?
No.
By Nevo. So here's one. They're short.
Okay.
I think you would love this. This first one, the premise is you have a princess or royal from the north who's forced into a political marriage, married off to a place analogous of China, so to an emperor.
Sure. Yeah.
And so she becomes one of many wives. And she befriends a what's the word I'm looking for? Handmaiden. That's the word.
Sure.
And this, I bet you, one of my prized possession books, you couldn't figure out where this goes. So it has a really interesting plot twist.
Okay.
And continuing forward, they're all this short, and they're like little novellas. And you have one character that's consistent. That's a traveling character. throughout. So you can like, you don't have to
Love that.
read. You can pop in and out. So I think this would be
Right.
good for you.
I love that. Yes, I will 100 that. I'm sold.
Yes.
Asian inspired, like ancient, fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it. I love that.
Yeah.
Historical
And
base. Yeah, I love that. I know that Derry's a big fan.
Oh, yeah. Nevo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will definitely check that. And especially with the short, that I love when it allows me a chance to like taste test the author's work without committing to massive series or books, for sure.
Right. And it's not a big commitment, even if you do like it, because you don't necessarily have to remember all of the minute details to read the next, because you pop around.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate
I think you'll really like it. I do.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I am.
What about?
I have one for you. I will also say we're going to have to continue this conversation on Instagram, because we are also both translated Japanese readers. And so I'm also assuming that you can read Japanese without being translated. I can't.
Depends on the level of the book,
sure,
to be honest. Yeah. There's several that I can't.
Yeah. But I saw a bunch of them on your Goodreads, and that got me all excited, because I've been reading a lot of that also in the last couple of years. And I would love to know if you have some recommendations, because I'm really loving a lot of the ones that I have read. So
okay, we can certainly continue the conversation later if things pop up, but I can give you what's in my head now.
Please.
So
I've got pen and paper.
Have you read How Do You Live? The one that I was talking about?
I have.
And what were your thoughts? Let me get a litmus test. What were your thoughts on that?
3 stars.
Okay, got it.
I loved the part of the story with the boys. I didn't like how I felt like I was being hit over the head with a theme sledgehammer. That like, this is what you're supposed to think about this.
Understandable, because that's there. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa.
Yes, I've been wanting to read that one.
Please read it, because if you want to make up your own mind about stuff, that book right there.
Love that.
Definitely.
And she actually is the author of my favorite translated Japanese book I've read so far. Housekeeper and the Professor.
That's the one I really want to read by her.
Oh my gosh, Taylor, it's brilliant. I love it so much. Yes.
Okay. So that bumps it up to me.
That was in my top 3 reads of last year.
So, okay. So definitely I'll do that. I love Memory Police. And I would be interested if you wanted to read her other book, Mina's Matchbox, because that was a DNF for me.
Ooh,
Memory Police, 5 stars. Mina's Matchbox was a DNF. So I have she's another one where I'm like, where do I sit with you? So I would love to hear your thoughts on Mina's Matchbox.
Do you know the premise of Housekeeper at all?
No.
So basically, it's a young single mother who is hired to be a housekeeper for an elderly man whose memory resets every 80 minutes.
Oh, another memory one.
Yes. And I read it around. So my grandfather went through Alzheimer's the last couple of years and passed away this past March. And I read it at like the right time, but it's also one of those books that I don't think that I would have needed to have that personal connection with it as heavily to see it as like a brilliant piece of literature. It's going to take a lot to beat that for me for any other translated work that I've read.
So Ogawa seems to really thrive with memory then. So Memory Police, definitely
going to read that.
And then I'll just do one more before we leave. And this is like more of a deep cut, but because you're interested in this particular genre, I'd love to hear your thoughts, which is Night on the Galactic Railroad. And it's a short story, but it's usually in a collection of other stories.
My husband just read it.
And it's by Ken. You did? You just read it?
My husband did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. By Miyazawa. Yeah. Okay. So I would love to hear his thoughts, but also yours, because one of my favorite artists has a whole series based on that story. And so that's why I ended up reading it. But the art is more whimsical.
Yeah.
And so when I read it, I was expecting a bit more of that. And so it's not that. It's good, but it's not that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay. Noted. Well, I've got it all written down. I'm very excited about it.
Well, we've got some thoughts on Memory Police. A couple of
them. Don owns it. Casey DNF'd it this year, which Casey and I typically, she's one of my closest friends. She and I usually we have a Venn diagram. We have a lot of things we overlap on, but we also have some differences in what we like with reading too. So I could still love it. For you, Housekeeper and the Professor, period. That please read it. But also, and it's super short. So it'll be a quick read.
I like how we're just telling each other short books on purpose.
Mom to mom, here's a short read for you.
Yeah, here's a short book. Yes.
Definitely have your box of tissues handy, for sure.
Okay, I'm sure it'll hit.
The other one I think I would recommend to you. You said you haven't read Juliet Marillier yet. I would love to see you read Daughter of the Forest.
Okay.
It is the most, like, if the class of Druid had a fantasy book married to like Grimm's fairy tales vibe, she is one of the most just incredible character writer. She writes from a like folk tale and folklore standpoint of Celtic history, but it's also it's a little darker. It's more Grimm's fairy tales-esque. And that is one, and you can read it as a standalone. It's the first book in a series, but it like takes place with different characters from a generation of generations of family. So Daughter of the Forest is a standalone that you can read by itself.
Completely
and that's
sold.
One of my favorites. Yeah, I think you would absolutely love it.
There's so many buzzwords in there, particularly Grimm's fairy tales, because I've been reading so much Kingfisher recently.
Yeah, I just discovered Kingfisher.
She's so good. She's so good. Like the balance of the humor, the dark fairy tale. It just it's
okay. Have you read House with Good Bones yet?
No, it's on my list.
Okay. I literally have A Sorceress Comes to Call on my floor from my library right now. And I know I saw you 5-starred it.
Yes.
I'm going to read that. I'll read that. You read House of Good Bones, and then we'll talk.
Done. You don't have to say anything to convince me to read more Kingfisher. So
yeah, House with Good Bones. I like Thornhedge. I gave 5 stars. I really loved it. House with Good Bones. I find myself mentally still there, if that makes sense.
It sinks in, right?
Yeah. I like a lot of the way that she can make experiences feel so real, like experiences that a lot of us have had, or if you've grown, like for House with Good Bones, if you grew up in a house that had a very heavy weight on it because of the atmosphere, the way she brings that to life is a little terrifying. So
yeah.
So those would be brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
So that's my 3 for you.
Okay, those 3 noted. We have so many things to read.
I know. I feel like at some point we should just be like, buddy read.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening and sharing your time. I know you're super busy and you've got mom life going on, and so I appreciate you taking the time.
Well, as do you. So thanks for taking the time on your side. And the pleasure was all mine. You know, it's like we said at the beginning of this, it's so easy when you have, you know, when you enjoy
this is not work.
So much. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, this is one that, side note really quickly before we leave, Meg, Heart's Blood is probably going to be my next Juliet Marillier read. I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, for everybody in the chat and anybody watching the replay, please go down in the description box below. You will find a link to Taylor's channel. So go check out her stuff. She has a lot of great content. She does a lot of great interviews and discussion videos and book lists. So you will find lots of great recommendations. Some overlap with me and some others. So if you're looking for some fresh recommendations, yeah, Taylor and I feel like we have a very good overlap circle with our reading tastes. I feel like, for sure. I actually feel more confident recommending books to you than a lot of people that I have on the channel, just because I'm like, well, I think you like. I'm like, Daughter of the Forest. You're gonna love it. No doubt.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited because people in the chat are also like, that one. So
that one, yeah, it's so good. But yeah, chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us too. And Taylor, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.